Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever in the world you may be. This is the fifth time I've tried recording this. I don't know what it is about this video, but it appears to be totally jinxed. While I'm telling you what's happened, I'll just sort of flick through these images because this is all we managed to get out of our shopping vlog. Where to start? Right, this is in Chanel, clearly, as you can see from the bags. Him indoors had the brilliant idea of leaving his phone poking just out of the top of the breast pocket of his suit jacket, which was a really good idea, except the lens that was poking above the jacket pocket wasn't the lens that the phone was using to record. It was actually the lens below that one, which was sort of half in the pocket and half out. I'll just move the photo on again. Okay, there we are. See a couple of little tweed numbers there, a pink and a green. So consequently, we had a sort of a half video, if you get my gist. So the top half was fine. That was recording the top half of whatever he was recording. The bottom half was just showing the inside of his jacket pocket. I mean, really, I'm so sorry, but you've got to laugh because it was one of those evenings where just almost everything went wrong. I mean, the security around the place was crazy. Most of you will probably be aware of what happened there a few weeks ago. I won't go into details, but so there was no way you could walk around openly videoing anything or photographing anything, just not happening. People were just everywhere. In fact, there were more security people in the shopping centre than there were shoppers. That is how quiet it was. We were the only people in Chanel. I mean, it was a totally weird experience. There's that little mint green Kelly bag, or so-called Kelly bag down there. It was truly strange. Luckily, the SA in there, Sam, was a really lovely guy, and he was so sweet. And he was okay about taking a couple of photographs, but that was about as far as it went. I didn't realise, but there was so much pink and green in this collection. See, pink and green, there we go. I love Chanel sunglasses, but I can't wear them because they're not polarised and I have very sensitive eyes. And I can only really cope, you know, in the bright sun here if the lenses are polarised. Anyway, I'm going off to tangent here. Okay, so I think you can see what stock levels were like. You know, we've got a small bag up here with an entire shelf to itself, a solitary shoe, and Sam had just told me that they'd received a lot of stock only a couple of weeks ago. And apparently the amount of stock that we're receiving now in Australia is very, very limited because of the small population, but it's less than it used to be, which, I don't know, I just find the whole thing with Chanel very, very strange at the moment. I mean, the whole Virginie walking out, being fired allegedly, whatever happened, they have no designer. They have an haute couture show in a matter of days, isn't it? Goodness knows what's going to happen. Anyway, we have a couple of Chanel belts here, a couple of pairs of sunnies, a little bit of jewellery, some sort of triangular small leather good, or could it possibly be called a clutch? I'll put it past Chanel to call it a clutch. here's me trying on the Chanel 22 in denim. This is in the mini size, and it is so mini, it is unbelievable. When you take out this very wide ruching at the top, which leaves room for hardly anything actually inside the bag. And I had been wanting to try that bag on because I'd seen it online on the website, and it was just really disappointing. I think my face says it all there. Just, no, not happening. Not what I was looking for at all. However, this cuff, if I'd have had my wallet with me, that would have come home with me. Which is why I didn't take my wallet with me, because I knew I'd be tempted. As it happened, him indoors was tempted to buy me something, and, you know, which was really lovely of him. And I had to sit down when we came out of Chanel because I was somewhat in a state of shock. And it was only at this point really that we felt comfortable, well, that him indoors felt comfortable removing the phone from his pocket and taking a photograph. Because the security was, just crazy. I mean, look, understandably so, but it just, do you know what I mean? It made the atmosphere, I don't know, it's just really uncomfortable, very uncomfortable there. Anyway, that is my 30th anniversary present, sitting there on a very grubby carpet. And this grubby carpet is in the middle of all the luxury shops. Cutbacks everywhere, seemingly. Can't even afford a vacuum cleaner. However, next we went to Louis Vuitton and had a look in there, and the stock levels there were a little bit better, but not an awful lot, as you can see. A few small on-the-go totes. Him indoors was fascinated by the different colours of the perfume. I love that little trunk up there. I think that's a version of the Petit Mal, isn't it? And the Capucine over there. The Capucine looks like a very well-made bag. It's just a bit too sort of formal looking for me. Oh, and that's a hot stamp machine. Of course, him indoors had to, you know, have a look at that and see how it worked, and etc, etc. A little bit of LV's ready to wear, a few pairs of sneakers. I mean, really, there wasn't a lot. Two more Capucine, Petit Mal. Some more ready to wear, those pants in the sort of navy and white pattern, with the sort of stripe down the side of the pants, that were made of silk, and the silk was, oh goodness, it was sublime. I didn't even look at the price tag because I just, too scared. This is a very helpful essay showing us a couple of Capucine, this one with the exotic with the python. This small one here, him indoors like very much. That blue is just amazing. The front of that bag, which unfortunately you can't see very well there, was heavily beaded and was really stunning. That lovely emerald green Capucine up there. Soft trunk in a soft taupe beige colour there. Oh, you can see a little bit more of that Capucine there. It really was beautiful, but quite heavy because of all the beading. Okay, soft trunk again. A little makeup bag, little tote. Lovely poster that was outside LV. Now, opposite LV on the map for the shopping centre, it said there was a large Dior store. But there isn't. You know, there's all this sort of placarding up saying Dior opening soon. So, you know, that was a bit of a fail as well. I wanted to look in Tiffany, but Tiffany was also coming soon. So we had a look in the shop window in Prada. Sorry, I have no idea what those bags were in the window. I don't know the name of them. And him indoors was looking at the camera bags. I don't mind Prada's bags, but I don't know, I'm not a fan of the triangular print, and it's all just a bit, I don't know, it's all very same-ish, isn't it? Just my opinion, of course. If you love Prada, you love it, you do your thing, please. Now, Saint Laurent was next, and as you can see, they had a bit of a stock shortage as well. Gucci didn't look very inviting, and we just saw those two through the window. Beautiful sort of chestnut brown. I love those totes, and I love the bamboo handles. But is the strap around the handles like necessary? Do you need to leave it on nearly all the time? I assume it's to keep the shape of the bamboo handle, but it just, I don't know, to me it looks like you haven't taken all the packaging off the bag. That's just me, I mean. Now this was a shop, I think it's called Camilla and Marc, they're Australian designers. And yeah, I was just sort of looking at that red dress and thinking, no, not really. And then him indoors saw these boots and just thought they were hysterical and said they should be, you know, great for gardening. But I mean, I know they're very trendy, but each their own. And the shoes, the shearling shoes, I mean, wouldn't they get absolutely filthy? Can you imagine if it started raining, you know, in the city, when you get that sort of city grime, and then the pavements get wet, and oh, goodness me, state they'd be in. And that was it until we got home. And I said my usual, thank you so much for watching. À bientôt, mes amis. Au revoir et bonsoir. And I would also like to add, if you have got this far in the video, thank you so much. And I do apologise, it was an absolute travesty, but sometimes SHIT happens, and yep, it pretty much did. However, we have learnt a lot, and the next shopping vlog will be fabulous, I promise you. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate your support, and if you'd like to subscribe, that would be great. See you on Monday, hopefully. Have a good weekend.